Hello students, welcome back. In the last two videos, I have taught you what are electromagnetic radiations and what is electromagnetic spectrum. Today I'll enrich your knowledge about the energy of electromagnetic radiation. Before starting with that, I would like to tell you one thing, that suppose I have got a wave. This is the crest of the wave and this is the trough of the wave. The distance between a crest and a trough we represent it by lambda and we call it wavelength. It is generally measured in meters. So it is measured in meters, however, you often see it is represented in terms of picometer, nanometer, angstrom, micrometers. Then in that case, we have to convert it to meters. So the distance between a crest and a trough is known as wavelength. This is one wave. The number of waves which comes out in 1 second is known as frequency. So frequency, we generally represented by nu, is the number of cycles per second. So the dimension is second inverse or hertz, Hz. Likewise, frequency is also represented in one more way. Suppose this distance is 1 meter. Now, how many waves you have got in this 1 meter? Initially, what I was saying, how many cycles you have got in 1 second? The number of cycles which are coming out in 1 second is frequency. Likewise, the number of cycles per meter is also frequency, but we call it, very correctly, we call it wave number. So wave number is the number of waves or number of cycles per meter. That's why its dimension is meter inverse. Wave number we generally represented by V bar and it is always equal to 1 by lambda. The larger the wavelength, the lesser is the number of waves per meter. Suppose I have got another wave which has got a larger wavelength. You will see only one wave is there because the wavelength is of 1 meter. So larger the wavelength, lesser will be the wave number. So we have done the wavelength, the frequency, the wave number. Now, as far the energy of an electromagnetic radiation is concerned, it is directly proportional to its frequency. Energy of a radiation is proportional to its frequency. In electromagnetic spectrum, also I taught you this, that the radiation with higher frequency will have higher energy and the radiation with lower frequency will have lower energy. So, energy of a radiation is directly proportional to frequency. If I remove proportionality, I can write ER is equal to h nu, where h is Planck's constant, which has got a value 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34. So this is Planck's constant and nu is frequency. So whenever frequency is given to you and you want to calculate energy of the radiation, you can use this formula. Likewise, we can calculate the energy of a radiation from its wavelength also. But before starting with the wavelength, I would like to tell you the wave formula. The wave formula is that the velocity of a wave is always equal to the product of its wavelength and frequency. So V is equal to nu lambda. In electromagnetic radiations, we know that V is represented by C. We call it velocity of light. So C is equal to nu lambda. And we know that C has got a constant value, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. So from here, I can see that frequency is equal to C by lambda. If I replace frequency, I will get a formula that is energy of radiation is equal to H into C by lambda. Now H is constant, you got this value. C is constant, you got this value. So their product will always come out to be constant. Therefore, the formula becomes energy of radiation is equal to 19.89 into 10 to the power minus 26 upon lambda, and the lambda has to be in meters. So you need not to multiply it again and again. Lambda will be in meters because velocity of light you are taking in meters. So you have to have the same dimensions. So my dear students, in case frequency is given to you and you have been asked about the energy, you can calculate from this formula. And if wavelength is given to you and you are asked to calculate the energy, you can calculate it like this. So this formula is used for wavelength and this formula is used for frequency. So from the first formula, you can calculate the energy of an electromagnetic radiation using its frequency. And by second formula, this one, you can calculate energy of an electromagnetic radiation by using its wavelength, which is in meters. Now we'll come back to our original concept. I told you one thing, that suppose this is an atom and suppose you got an electron in the first shell. If you supply energy to this electron will jump from lower energy level to higher energy level. It will absorb energy. Then you will get absorption spectrum. After that, the nucleus is continuously attracting this electron. So this electron will move back from higher energy level to lower energy level. And it will lose the absorbed energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation. As I gave you an example of an iron rod, if I heat that iron rod in a burner, it will absorb energy. And if I bring it out from the burner now, it will re-emit that energy. If I want to calculate that energy, the wavelength, the frequency, the energy of that electromagnetic radiation which is coming out, I can easily do that. How? See, when the electron was moving from lower energy level to higher energy level, it was absorbing energy. Whereas when the reverse is happening, it is losing energy. So according to law of conservation of energy, the energy which is given out, energy of electromagnetic radiation, is always equal to E2 minus E1. E2 is the energy of the higher energy level from where the electron is going. And E1 is the energy of the lower energy level where it is going. Suppose initially it has got an energy of 10 kilojoule. It is moving back to energy of 2 kilojoule. So very easily we can say that 8 kilojoule energy is given out in the form of electromagnetic radiation according to law of conservation of energy. So energy of this radiation is equal to E2. E2 means higher energy level. That does not mean second shell. E2 means higher energy level. If you have got two shells like 2 and 4, 4 is E2 and 2 is E1. Whichever shell has got a higher quantum number, whichever shell has got a higher number is E2. That will give you E2. And the shell which has got a lower number will give you E1, no matter what the number of the shell is. So energy of radiation is E2 minus E1. If somehow we'll calculate the energy of the higher energy level and the energy of the lower energy level, if we subtract the energy of the lower energy level from the energy of the higher energy level, we'll get the energy of the radiation. The radiation which is coming out will get energy of that. So how to do that? Well, in order to calculate energy of a shell, energy of nth shell means first, second, third, fourth, fifth, any shell. N can be anything, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, anything. So energy of nth shell is always given by minus 2 pi square me to the power 4 into z square by n square into h square in joules. Now the question comes, what does m, e, z, n, h they means? M is the mass of electron and it is always 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. E is the charge of electron. It is always 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Z is the atomic number. N is the number of shell. And H, is the Planck's constant, that is 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34. My dear students, Z is the atomic number of the atom. And N is the number of shell whose energy you are calculating. Suppose in hydrogen atom you are calculating the energy of fifth shell. So in hydrogen atom the value of Z will become 1 because its atomic number is 1. And the value of N will become 5 because you are calculating the energy of fifth shell. So if I talk about atomic number and if I talk about shell, these two values, if we exclude them, the rest all values are constant. Mass of electron is constant, that will not change. Charge of electron is constant, that will not change. Planck's constant is constant, that will not change. So if I put the value of these constants, I will get my formula En, that is energy of nth shell, first, second, third, fourth, fifth shell, is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into z square upon n square in joules. So this is how we can calculate the energy of a shell. See what this formula is telling you. This formula is telling you that the energy of first shell of hydrogen has got an energy minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. Because for hydrogen, the atomic number is 1, so the value of Z is 1. And it is first shell, so the value of N is also 1. So 1 square by 1 square. So the value you will get for the first shell, the energy of the first shell is minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. This is how you can calculate energy of a shell. Now again we'll move on to our previous concept, that the energy of radiation given out, the energy of electromagnetic wave which is given out is equal to E2 minus E1. That is energy of higher energy level minus energy of lower energy level. Let us use this concept. So energy of radiation is equal to energy of higher energy level, second shell, or higher energy level, not accurately second shell, means higher energy level. That is minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into Z square upon N2 square minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into Z square upon N1 square. Again, dear students, N1 and N2 are the higher energy level and the lower energy level. That does not mean second shell and the first shell. So this formula will become energy of radiation minus will become plus. So it is 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into Z square upon N1 square minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into Z square upon N2 square in joules. In this formula I can see that 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into Z square is common. So I can write energy of radiation is equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into Z square. It is common. So 1 upon N1 square minus 1 upon N2 square. Again in joules. So energy of radiation, that will become 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into Z square 1 upon, or I can straight away write N1 square into N2 square, and it is N2 square minus N1 square. This is how you will get energy of the radiation. I give you one example of your textbook. In your textbook, it is a question is given in which it is stated that in hydrogen atom, an electron is moving back from fourth shell to second shell. The electron is moving back. First is that it has absorbed energy and it has jumped from first shell to fourth shell. The electron has absorbed energy. It is jumping from first shell to fourth shell. So in this case, it is moving to fourth. Now, when it is moving back, it is not going back to the first shell. In fact, it is going back to the second shell. How much energy it will lose? Calculate the amount of energy which is given out. So we'll use this formula. In this case, N1 is 2 and N2 is 4. So what you will do? You will write energy of radiation is equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18. For hydrogen, you know the atomic number is 1. Then 1 upon 2 square minus 1 upon 4 square. This is what you have to do. You will solve it, you will get energy of the radiation. Once you will get energy of the radiation and you have been asked to calculate, suppose you have been asked to calculate the energy of the radiation. Calculate the amount of energy which is given out when an electron in hydrogen atom is moving back from fourth energy level to second energy level. This is how you can calculate energy. Now suppose you have been asked to calculate the wavelength. calculate the wavelength, not energy this time. Now what you have to do, you have to calculate the wavelength of this radiation. The radiation, the electromagnetic radiation which is coming out from the atom, you have been asked to calculate the wavelength of that electromagnetic radiation. What you can do, you can use this energy formula, and I have taught you that energy of radiation is equal to 19.89 into 10 to the power minus 26 upon lambda in meters. So you can use the same formula, you will calculate energy, you will put energy here and you can calculate lambda. Otherwise, one more formula you can use, that is wave number or 1 upon lambda is equal to 109677 into z square 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. That will come in meter inverse. This will give you the number of waves per meter. Inverse of wave number is lambda. So you can calculate wave number and you can do inverse of that, you will get wavelength. So if you have been asked to calculate the energy of a radiation, you can do it like this. If you have been asked to calculate the wavelength, either you can use this formula or you can use this formula to calculate the wavelength. This is how you can calculate wavelength of the radiation. So you have to keep these formulas in your mind before moving on to the hydrogen spectrum. See, my main concern is to teach you hydrogen spectrum. But since in hydrogen spectrum we have different series and we have N1 and N2 and we need to calculate wavelength and energy and frequency, that's why I'm teaching you these formulas. So kindly remember these formulas, kindly keep this thing in your mind that how we'll calculate the energy of the radiation. Again, when the electron moves from higher energy level to lower energy level, then only it gives out radiation. And we know that radiation is directly proportional to frequency as E equal to h nu, and radiation is inversely proportional. The energy of the radiation is inversely proportional to wavelength as E equal to h into c by lambda. Energy of an energy level can be calculated by minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into z square by n square, where z is the atomic number and n is the number of shell. So if you know the higher energy level from where the electron is moving to the lower energy level where it is moving, you can easily calculate the amount of energy which it is giving out. You have to calculate the energy of the higher energy level, you will subtract the energy of the lower energy level, you will get the amount of energy which is given out in the form of electromagnetic radiation. From the energy of that electromagnetic radiation, in case you want to calculate the wavelength, you can do that by using this formula or by using this formula, where 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 or 109677, they are known as Rydberg's constant. It's Rydberg's constant. So kindly remember these formulas, because in the next video we'll be talking about the hydrogen spectrum, and in hydrogen spectrum we'll be using these formulas. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining.